of the picture.
It should be live.
We're live. We're live. Guess what? It's the Sunday Songwriter Spotlight with the Snarky Sisters. I'm Diana.
And I'm Lisa.
And we've got a fabulous show for you today.
Yes,
as
we do.
Always. We have Victoria Vox and Jack Maher. And here's our song. It's the Sunday Songwriter Spotlight with Snarky Sisters. We're live at noon.
Well, 12:32.
9:30 West Coast time. Right here on our Facebook page. With our friends we will commune. Because we're communists, of course.
Social
The
Democrats.
spotlight's on Victoria Vox. We hope she doesn't have smallpox or any other communicable diseases. It doesn't rhyme. I don't know.
Who writes this stuff? I'm cozy, but it's snowing. I've got my warm and fuzzy cat socks.
You're in Ithaca, right?
I am. Well, I'm drinking a hot libation.
What do you got?
Oh, I have a luscious latte.
Let's see the inside of it.
Get out.
That's empty, isn't it?
No, I drank half of it.
It's empty.
Thanks so much, Diane. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a questionable quinine.
Okay. See, we're being
with
very
a chaser.
We're being alliterative in honor of our guest. Okay, where was I, Diana?
Drinking a hot libation.
Oh, drinking a hot libation. It's part of our adult beverage toolbox. Who writes this stuff?
You do.
Victoria's coming up next. And maybe we'll hear from Jack and the Vox. Yes!
Wahoo!
Yay! We're so excited to have you here today.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to share it.
That's okay. You can share it afterwards, too.
Yeah. Well, welcome. And Victoria, before we begin, I just wanted to do a shout out to our dear friend, Esmeralda. And we are thinking of her and her daughter, Glory, who passed a year ago this week. So we just wanted to say we love you, and we look forward to seeing you in real life, Esmo, and give you a big hug.
All right, you're going to make me cry at the beginning of the show. That's supposed to be for the end of the show.
Okay.
And I'm wearing my Lisa's wearing her MEEP t-shirt. That's Glory t-shirt. I'm wearing my WOWD t-shirt because it's Giving Week at WOWDLP, TacomaParkRadio.org, and our friend Robbie White has a show on Sundays before ours called Forbidden Alliance. And I almost said Forbidden Planet, one of my movies. And everyone go there and give up a little bit of your cash for
a really great, radio
show.
Yeah.
Station too. Okay, so we have with us Victoria Vox.
Good morning.
Victoria, hi. How are you?
Good afternoon, where you are.
What is that behind you? Is that like a Blues Brothers marching snowman?
From the movie Elf.
Oh, it's from the movie Elf.
It's a character based off of Leon Redbone.
Okay.
So it's Leon the Snowman.
I love it.
And what's he carrying? Like a baton?
Well, it's a baton, but he has a Jack and the Vox sticker at the tip.
Okay.
Yes.
The Best Medicine Show.
Excellent.
Our regular guests, usually the room is full of cardboard cutouts. We have we got the Queen and Frank Sinatra.
Ooh.
Barbara Bush,
Robert
Johnson, and Elvis, and so
Robert Johnson. Do you see? I've got a painting of Robert Johnson here behind me, done by my friend David Fair, who is a fabulous musician who's going to be on the show, I hope, in January. Victoria, get a little closer to your mic when you're talking because we're getting odd echoes from you.
So we were fighting over who was going to do your bio because it's so amazing. So Diana, you get to do it this week.
Okay, well, Victoria is a ukulele. Oh, first the question is it ukulele or ukulele?
We've got money on this.
It depends where you're from, I suppose. I say ukulele because I'm born in the mainland of the United States.
Okay.
So I personally either you're Hawaiian and you say ukulele, or you have Hawaiian ties, which you would say ukulele.
There you go.
Or maybe you're a little snooty and you're from the East Coast and you say
It's a little bit like, yes, it can, I think, have an air of pretentiousness if there's, to say ukulele, but some people do, and I have no problem with it.
Okay.
But kind of like saying, oh, I'm going to Paris this weekend.
Yes. Okay.
We don't.
Uh-huh.
But also, it's important to know that ukulele, when it's written, it actually, to have that hard oo sound, it starts with an okina, which is like an apostrophe. So the actual correct spelling of ukulele is okina, ukulele. So if it doesn't have the okina, I'm more inclined to say ukulele.
Okay. We are educated ukulele people.
Whether you say ukulele or ukulele, it's always uke.
All right.
So, Victoria Vox is a ukulele and guitar player and vocalist extraordinaire who's also expert in the mouth trumpet. She also plays violin and oboe and brass trumpet and probably some others that we don't know about. She went to the Berklee College of Music in Boston, Massachusetts, where she lived in the same dorm as John Mayer, who said that he wrote the song Victoria from his 1999 EP about her. She had a band in college called Victoria and the Ultra Pink Bicycle Incident, and she was graduated from Berklee with a degree in songwriting. She's collaborated with many musicians, released many albums, and has toured nationally and internationally. The uke became her primary instrument when she lived in Baltimore, and when she lived in Baltimore in 2006, she released her first ukulele album, Victoria Vox and Her Jumping Flea, and we'll ask her about that in a few minutes. She gained some renown when she performed her mouth trumpet in the Meal or No Meal segment on the Jay Leno show, and she auditioned over the phone performing a Lady Gaga song, and on the show she did a cover of Europe's The Final Countdown. She got the meal, a gift certificate for 8 to Benihana, and I hope it was delicious. While living in the D.C. area, and I know many of you remember Victoria from those days, Victoria won 6 Wammys, the Washington Area Music Awards, including Folk Contemporary Vocalist and Album of the Year, I believe. In 2016, she eloped with, there he is behind her, Jack Maher.
It better
and,
be.
Right?
Yeah.
And they perform today as Jack and the Vox. Okay, and so we're going to have them play some songs and talk a little bit, and everyone give a big blah. And I've got some really good questions for you. Hi, Jack.
Hello.
You're playing your Strat.
Yes.
Very nice. Oh, and show us, while he's tuning, Victoria, show us the back of your ukulele.
Oh, sure. So this is a custom uke by Maya Moe ukuleles, and the artwork is done by Fred Stonehouse, who's an artist in Madison, Wisconsin, and then his artwork was burned into the ukulele using pyrography by Dino Muradian in Hawaii. And so here's a little
That's
wrap.
beautiful. That is really beautiful.
And so it's it's a one of a kind and beautiful. It's like playing a piece of art.
It is really nice. Where did you two meet, Jack and Victoria, and did you really elope?
Really elope. And so you mentioned living down the hall from John Mayer at Berklee. Well, Jack and I also met at Berklee, and so he was also friends with John Mayer. But Jack was in the Clarity music video for John Mayer. He was the busking musician on the pier.
Oh, wow.
Not much has changed. Yep, we were, it was in 98 where we met at Berklee, and she wouldn't have anything to do with me. It took about 18 years later before I could convince her to tie the knot.
Wow. Is that true, Victoria? 18 years?
Well, we were joking this morning, and I feel lucky every day being with this guy, and you.
Oh, I thought you meant the snow.
I'm just like, how did I get you into my life? And he's just like, you tricked me.
She did.
And I said, well, you tricked me. And then we're just like, what did you say?
Well, something like, well, we're really smart and stupid.
Well, you're a fabulous guitar player, Jack, and ukulele player too. So we look forward to hearing some of your songs.
I fake it on the ukulele.
No, you don't. I faked it on the banjo. We played once at the Smithsonian Institution out on Flag Day, and I had a ukulele, and I said, I'm going to play ukulele on this song, and I realized I hadn't given myself enough time, so I just tuned it like a guitar, and no one noticed.
That's right. That's what I do.
So what would you like to play for us first?
Well, I was saying we'd start with Supermoon, but you have your guitar on. Can you switch quickly?
Sure.
All right.
I can walk and chew gum, too.
So we're going to be doing some looping here with the ukulele, and then Jack's going to play the bass, U-bass, and
I love this thing.
but whenever we have a supermoon, my phone tends to blow up with text messages of supermoon.
Good.
All right, you ready? We good? Okay.
We are stars hanging in the universe, little sparks heating up the temperature. The energy sizzles in the galaxy. Perigee, syzygy, come on closer next to me. Fingertips dipping in the Milky Way. Take a trip, come on now, let's get away. On me, oh my, there's a hole in the sky. If we try, we can fly higher than the highest high. Supermoon, I'm waiting on a supermoon to come into view on the horizon. This is real, can you feel my body rise? Sex appeal, strong enough to change the tides. A high or low, there's no need to take it slow. Overflow down below, I know somewhere we can go. Supermoon, I'm waiting on a supermoon to come into view on the horizon. Supermoon, I'm waiting on a supermoon to come into view on the horizon. On the horizon.
Yeah.
Very good. Excellent. Your voices blend so beautifully.
Yeah.
Really nice. And who came up with the bass line? Did you, Victoria? Is that yours?
That was actually my producer, Jeff Stanfield, in Seattle when we were recording the album When the Night Unravels. And yeah, he kind of, I had written the ostinato bass line, which I basically would play through the entire song because it works over both chord progressions. But then he had come up with that kind of more like bossa nova-ish Latin feel for the chorus, which is a nice change.
All right, we got to talk about this mouth trumpet thing. Okay, this is the third mouth trumpet person on our show, right? We had Matt Holson, Laura Barron.
Do you know them?
I know of Laura Barron. Matt, I don't. But yeah, it's a growing community of.
Girl, you're so good at it, man. It really sounds authentic. It's awesome.
Well, can you please tell us how to do it? Because do you do and then do it from the side of your mouth or the middle of your mouth? Like, I can't even I can't roll R's, so I have a feeling it's genetic.
Well, yeah, it is kind of like a do in a way that when you say the letter D, your tongue touches the kind of the roof back of the teeth. That's like when you play trumpet also, it's articulating with your tongue. So basically you're singing like a ventriloquist out the side of your mouth, but it's using the same volume as if you were singing. So like super moon, I'm gonna
Wow.
that I'm really singing. It's not just like blowing air and hoping a note's gonna come out. It is very much a singing thing.
How do you practice? Do you do scales?
Yeah, you can improv. I probably, when I want to really practice it, I listen to a lot of Chet Baker, and so I just put him on and try to emulate his sounds the best I can and runs. And
Yeah.
You scat to him.
yeah.
Yeah.
And,
So how can you do it? Can you do a muted trumpet too?
So if I'm like looping something, then I can like if I just do I'll just do a little bit of. We'll just like loop this progression from tempo,
And now you know why I married her.
Exactly. How did you acquire that skill? Did someone teach you, or did you just say?
I was spending this was like 2005, and I did 200 shows that year driving around the country. So it was a lot of time alone in the car, and I was driving. I lived in Wisconsin with my mom at the time, but I was on tour, and I left Baltimore to go to Indianapolis, and I was writing a song in the car. Another talent is that I can drive and play ukulele at the same time.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Is talent the word?
In the car, and then it was the ukulele does lend itself to kind of AABA jazzy type arrangements. So I thought like, oh, it needs a solo, and I'm driving thinking, what could I do? Like I'm by myself, 99% of the time on stage. Do I just stand there and play the chords, or do I try to? I didn't want to get the headgear for a harmonica, and I was like, could I make like a guitar, like a wah, or like something? And I just basically had to turn off the inner critic voice of like, that's gonna look stupid or that's gonna sound dumb, and just be like, just try something, anything. You're alone in your car. What could possibly go wrong? Took a deep breath. Oh. I got lucky, I guess, that the first thing that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Like, did you say it like a Rudy Giuliani? You know what? It just came out.
So, we talked about this before the show because I wouldn't have had a clue what you were talking talking about.
So we have a bunch of guests watching. Mike Jones, Busy Graham, yeah, Sandy. I think it's Four Knees. Four Knees.
We know Sam.
Hey.
Tommy Wright. Hey. Ian Glencross.
Awesome.
Denise.
Ian says that you played his 6-string uke. What's a uke doing with 6 strings? Just asking. Isn't that called a guitar?
Being a guitar, yeah.
Okay.
No, in fact, that is an outstanding 6-string ukulele instrument that I was lucky enough to be able to play while we were in the UK. So, Ian, thank you for that. I'm still jealous, and I'm gonna come and kidnap it from you.
We have Denise Wammeling, Brian Beverly, Adele. Hi, Adele. We see you almost every week. We love you. Ann Davis and John Pfeiffer. Hey.
Hello, everybody.
Brian,
Yeah, nice crew.
playing friend, and he likes to take Victoria Vox songbooks for vocal ukulele and play the melodies on his tuba.
Oh.
Okay.
It's like a lower form of the mouth trumpet.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, we would love to hear another song.
Let's do another one. Can we do Nuno Island? Sorry, I'm not giving you much of a
You're not.
heads
I
up
still
here.
need I got a tune and capo.
Uh-oh.
That's okay.
No, we know how that is.
Joe Jenks was here a couple weeks ago, and he changes instruments every 2 songs or 1 song. He got it down.
He does. He does.
On my toe.
So tell us a little bit about this song, Victoria.
This is called You're No Island, and it's just a song about that it's okay to ask your friends for help when you need it.
Okay.
And you're not alone. And but I wrote this it was kind of at the end of the songwriting week at the Holiday Music Motel in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, where songwriters convene 3 times a year to write music together. We spin the bottle for random songwriting partners. And this was after the spin, so we kind of finished it after the week had ended. But I wrote this with Andrea Whitkins, Vincent Gates, Jim McKeever, and James Hall, and so the 5 of us kind of got this one out. And but I kind of started in the laundromat by myself, of just pacing around waiting for my laundry.
Yeah. So this was a collaborative effort then. So
yeah, I came up with the title and kind of a little bit of a melody idea, and then because it's a song about asking your friends for help, I
yeah.
put them all in very early on, so we had a little breakfast chat and brainstorm. And
Yeah.
You did a video in a laundromat, didn't you?
We did.
Oh,
yes.
we did, yeah, our Sultans of Swing.
So did you use the laundromat as part of the percussion? I was wondering.
No, we did use the laundromat to do our actual laundry, though.
I was going to ask you that too. Really? Seriously? Well, that's
there in the dryer.
exactly.
I did do a music video for this song that I recorded on Tillman Island, Maryland.
That's a beautiful place.
Who's tuning in was instrumental in bringing me in to teach ukulele to the 5th grade class there. I think I've done it six or 7 years of going to Tillman Island, and so I went to the very tip, and being on an island, I thought it was a great place to perform a song, You're No Island. So here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
You're no island like to keep me at bay. When I come calling, now honey, don't be afraid. Just take a leap of faith. You're no island. You're no island when there's no stars and you're lonely, 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 and the fog hugs the ground. I'll wrap my arms around you. Na 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 na. Now you've been drifting too long out on the horizon. Come back where you belong, and we can carry on. You're no island. You're no island when there's no stars and you're lonely, 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 and the fog hugs the ground. I'll wrap my arms around you. You're no island. I'll wrap my arms around you. You're no island. I'll come and get you when the water's rising. You're no island. I'll wrap my arms around you. You're no island. You're no island. Na 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 na. You're no island.
Woohoo!
That was great. And fortunately, you know, that might come true soon because Tillman Island is sinking.
It,
It is like there are a lot of islands on the eastern shore that don't exist anymore, that existed in the 18th century and 17th century. I have two questions from viewers.
sure.
Well, one is a statement. Teresa Bayorek Caldi says Sultans of Swing is an epic video. And Adisa Wilmer is watching, and Julie Litton says, "Love you, Victoria. What's your latest CD?"
Oh yeah.
So my latest album came out in 2018, so it's been just under 2 years. It's called Colorful Heart, and it's available at victoriavox.com, but also it's available anywhere music is streamed or purchased. If you really want to support the artists, purchasing music directly from their website is probably the best way you can support someone. The next best way is if they're on Bandcamp. That's another great place to purchase digital music and getting more money to the artist directly versus giving it to Apple and other places first.
Because they don't give artists back very much of that money.
Have to be fraction there of the money coming in.
So
But-
do you have a Patreon account? I should have checked. I wasn't sure.
She does.
Been for over four years now, and thankfully our new patrons that have signed up this year especially kind of kicked us into met our goal of 100 patrons, and we're always looking for more patrons.
Yes. Yes.
You get really cool stuff, things that aren't released out to public or before they get to public, new songs. I'll be posting our new Jack in the Box songbook up there to our patrons.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so you get some perks and things for free and discount codes, etc. But yeah, we're so thankful to have our patrons on Patreon, and it's a fun community. So, and I've got a stack of postcards to write.
All right. So the folks on the East Coast that know you, they know of the Whammy Awards, the Washington Area Music Awards, and you're a 6-time Whammy winner. That's a big deal. Also, you were the 2009 and 10 Artist in Resident at the Strathmore.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I love the Strathmore. Betty Scott is the woman who heads that program with the AIR, the Artists in Residence. And it was really, really cool to see where some of the other musicians have gone. And it was just a really cool opportunity to be one of six that they choose out of the year to kind of, we have workshops on, career development and performance opportunities. And so it was really a really cool experience.
That's impressive. I have the record for drinking a pitcher of beer in under a minute.
I'd like to see that.
Wow. Well, Jack, I don't know very much about you, so why don't you tell us, or Victoria can give a little bio about you.
It's not about me. I'm a full-time musician out here in Southern California. My band is called Feed the Kitty. We've had music placed in film and TV. We usually play over 300 shows a year. The last 2 albums we recorded were at Studio 606 in Northridge, which is Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters place.
Wow.
And so there's a documentary called Sound City that explores the mixing board, the Neve console in the Studio Sound City. Well, Dave Grohl took it, refurbished it, and salvaged it, and so that's what we record our album through. It's
nice.
And the guy who filmed the documentary also filmed a documentary on our band, Feed the Kitty, and you can find that on YouTube. It's Feed the Kitty, the movie, it's called. And so it's about 20 minutes long, and it shows you kind of where we came from and how we snowballed into mediocrity.
Oh, please. No, not at all. No. What we're seeing here is just amazing. The two of you blend so seamlessly. Your voices are so nice together. I love the way you're an amazing musician. I can tell. Both of you are. But I noticed a little pick up the pick real quick thing that you did, and you so seamlessly. Some of us fumble a second before we do that.
We do rehearse, and I think a lot of some of the arrangements that how we take the songs, it is a little bit in the same way that I have to rehearse which foot and which pedal I'm going to use.
Choreography in a way.
It's not that everything's like
you got moves. You
got moves. Yeah.
Point. You got to hit that
He knows what he needs to do.
Or big.
No, I'm interested. Show us a few more of those moves, Jack.
What song are we doing?
Echo of Luck.
Okay.
So this is a new song that I wrote this year called Echo of Luck, which is the title piece of this artwork on the back of my ukulele. And so this is it's like a half rabbit, half human man. And
we love that. I love that. It's a hare.
Yeah. The artist, Fred Stonehouse, a lot of his pieces are, they're kind of,
they're weird.
They're
they're
different.
I love it.
But they kind of echo things from his childhood, from his family, his past, a very religious family, but then also very superstitious. And he had his aunt who was it was his aunt who, what are you pointing at, honey?
The loop.
Anyways, I think it was his aunt who was, had kind of like psychic abilities or would, see visions and things. And his mother, it was his great aunt. And then his mom was kind of like the next in line to receive gift, but she didn't want it. And so, so one of the other songs we wrote for this project is called Silent Song. But this is Echo of Luck. So it's kind of I saw it as, you know, it's the rabbit foot that brings luck. And so, but obviously this rabbit doesn't have a foot or because it's a hand. It's a man hand. So kind
man
of
hand.
like, do you really need that thing, or is just the thought of it enough? So here we go, and we've got kind of a loop set up so we don't so I can take a long time to explain the song.
There you go.
2.
great. Well, but wait, don't you have an echo box? Aren't you going through an echo?
I'm using delay.
Okay, that's close.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to ask the question, how many ukuleles do you own?
Oh, you know what? After all these people ask me, I should really count.
It's. I think it's in the 20s.
4, 5.
I'm pretty sure
7, 8, 9.
there's
10, 11,
about
12, 13,
20
14.
something.
At least maybe 16 here.
Okay,
All right, what's your favorite one?
yeah, what's your favorite?
Oh, that's really hard. I think
This is my favorite one.
U bass.
Ooh,
Bass
yeah.
is fabulous.
You know, every instrument. So many of my ukuleles are handmade, and so they really are unique to each one. And the wood, how it's built, the way the neck is shaped down, and I feel like they all inspire something different. So this is my newest uke, which is
It's beautiful.
and it plays great. Probably my last Maya Moe, which is, I don't know where it is. It's on the, this uke is probably a personal favorite because it was my road uke for many years. I've had this since 2013.
2 ukes.
And same company, different flavors. So they do feel a little different. And sometimes I think with instruments, especially handmade instruments, it's not about whether it's good or bad or one's better than the other. It's just different, and sometimes it takes a little time to settle into it, to have the wood.
So do you like to play the electric ones, or do you like to play, like when you're performing, streaming, look like right now you're plugged in, but do you have a preference?
I mean, I whenever I'm looping, I have to plug in.
Yeah.
And usually the performances, it's electrified. It's not that it's an electric instrument. It's like an acoustic electric guitar.
Yeah.
It is still very much, if I mute myself, you can still hear, the instrument just fine, But so they're all acoustic in nature. When I'm writing songs, usually I'm just playing
It's Daisy.
or
Daisy,
or
if
I
you do.
have the the loop pedal, and I'm using that as a writing tool. So I only have one actual electric ukulele with like metal strings, but I will say it's a little bit
Wonky.
It's pretty wonky. I mean, it's also hand. So.
Well, Birch Perara was on our show 2 weeks ago, and he has a ukulele that you can play in the swimming pool. It's waterproof. Do you remember that, Diana?
Yeah, sure. It was plastic. It was all plastic.
Yeah.
And he says it's got a decent sound. It was pretty funny. So do you have a banjo ukulele?
I do up here. I don't know if you can.
Oh, I can see it. Yeah. Okay.
Lisa has one too.
I have to
Banjolele.
show mine. Yeah. This is mine. Woo. They're so fun. I mean, it really does sound banjo. Banjo-like.
On our Best Medicine show that we've been performing at the Jack in the Box page, we did 100 days in a row when the shutdown first started. And on the banjo, you played Sweet City Woman. And on the banjo, you can.
So I was going to ask you, Victoria, you tour a lot, and I don't know, Jack, you probably do too. So how has it been being in quarantine for so long?
Rough.
What have you been doing?
Turns out we actually like each other.
That's true. We never.
That's the way to find out, I guess.
Yeah, we have never spent as much time together in the 4 years we've been married as in the last 9 months, because she's always on the road. I play around Southern California 5, 6, 7 nights a week. So we were kind of passing ships many times, and it was, we went weeks, sometimes a month or so without seeing each other because we're of the nature of our business. But yeah, it's been awesome to hang out with her, but when this whole thing went down, our calendars were just wiped away. It was like it never existed in the first place. That was a little tough at first for me, because
Probably more so for you than
I'm so
me.
used to going out every night and playing for people.
Yeah.
To the point where I do feel like I'm a bit of a performance junkie. Like that is definitely my drug of choice, and I was having some major withdrawals. And luckily, this one took me to rehab.
Well, how does streaming fill that void? Does it kind of help, or take the edge off?
Absolutely.
helps.
And at first it was weird because we're
no-
like, da and then there's no response. I mean,
Cricket.
sometimes you'll see some emojis or people are yay. But it's weird, and so that took a little getting used to. I'd say about the first 10 days.
Diana.
Does that help a little?
Wow.
They
Yeah. So,
they love you.
I've never been so loved.
but yeah, heckling. I think Jack's used to the hecklers, and so you.
Oh,
I love the hecklers. Bring them on
Well,
because
saying live, but we don't get it. I mean, we get it in the feed, but we have to be. The challenge is you're performing. You're trying to concentrate about performing and being present here, but then you're constantly like scrolling
you have
through
to
comments.
look and see. Oh, hi, mom.
It's a real skill. I think Ron Hinkle is the only person I know that has mastered that skill. He's able to perform and then respond right when people send their comments through. So he's pretty awesome.
well, speaking of heckling, I'm not sure if you were heckled, but I really would like you to tell everyone, Victoria, about your first Hawaiian tour and what happened with your ukulele album.
I know this story.
Yeah, I think you do.
All right.
No, well, I had started playing ukulele in September 2003 and started just immediately writing my own songs. I think the only cover song I knew was Somewhere Over the Rainbow at the time. And then over the next year and a half or so, I started, people were asking, oh, do you have a ukulele album? And I'm like, well, no, but I guess I should make one. So I had basically got to the point where I had 5 originals on the ukulele and I could do 5 covers, including like Psycho Killer, Guilty, which was from like the 20s, and Ukulele Lady, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and a French tune called Le Vent nous portera. So those were those were the covers, and then I had my 5 originals and put them out as an album, my debut ukulele album. And my friend Stoli, she's in Chicago, a musician, but she at the time was working at Bloodshot Records in Chicago, and so she had a lot of experience in doing publicity, band publicity, and press. And so I brought her on and basically paid her in a free trip to Hawaii with me for 2 weeks in exchange for tour publicity and press, and she did an amazing job. But we really thought about the angle that we wanted to come at it as after seeing the video of Jake Shimabukuro playing While My Guitar Gently Weeps on his ukulele in Central Park on YouTube, it's kind of like I had no right calling myself, at that time I was not a ukulele player. I was a songwriter who happened to find a ukulele and then write some songs on it. And so we really took it from that angle of that. This is an album by Victoria Vox, and it's also on the ukulele. And we were there. It was our first show, and we played at a little kava bar in Honolulu. And I was opening up for a Hawaiian band, a group of girls. And I won't say the band name, but I played, people were coming from, Hawaiians showing up with the newspaper, and the picture of me playing a fluke, which is like a plastic triangle ukulele. It was my first uke, basically. And, they're like, oh yeah, we're here to see you. Like, this is awesome. And so I thought, well, hey, I can, they're gonna like my songs. And I was told before the show started, it was that I was only allowed, I also played guitar at the time, but I was only allowed to play Somewhere Over the Rainbow on the ukulele, and that was it. I couldn't play anything else. But then the fact that people were coming to hear me play my songs, I played them anyways. And then at some point, I'm sure I got into like Psycho Killer or something later on in the set. And a local was there who was offended by what I was doing on the ukulele and told the owner, who told Rolly to tell me that I had to finish out on guitar and I was not allowed to play
the Hawaiian
ukulele.
version of Karen.
Karen. Aw, that's so sad.
And the part is that the band, the Hawaiian group of girls that got up to perform after me, played country music.
You should have gone right back at them. No banjo allowed. I'm sorry.
So I can't play an instrument, but you're gonna like I'm not. It's just and I think that the ukulele has come so far. That was December 2005. It was really, I played my first ukulele festival in 2006, and that was kind of like the start of that wave. So it was really new, and I don't think that the Hawaiians had any idea of, because of with the internet and like, I think that now they're very grateful that they have the longevity for their instrument, and it's how a lot of people in Hawaii make their living, whether they're performers or builders, working for the company, so it's but I think this is 15 years ago, so I don't think that they had, at the time they're kind of like, how disrespectful, but now it's like you see all sorts of people all over the world doing all sorts of things with their ukulele, and James Hill is like sticking chopsticks in it and playing like rave music. You can't, it's like you can't really control the use of an instrument. For that reason, I usually stay away from Hawaiian music. I love Hawaiian music and I think it's beautiful, but I personally just don't. I was advised by Hawaiians to not do it, because if I did it well, they would criticize me, and if I did it poorly, they would criticize me. So I just kind of do my own thing, I guess.
So you're showing a lot of respect for the Hawaiian traditions, but you're doing your own stuff, and that's great.
It's a ukulele in my hands, and it's an instrument. It's a vehicle for songwriting. I love it. I appreciate where it came from, and it actually originated in the Portuguese island of Madeira. So it wasn't even it's the Hawaiians kind of made it to what it is today, but it's just been slightly over 100 years. So it's, I don't know, I feel like things will always evolve, and you can't control that or prevent someone from being creative or making music that ultimately is for others just because of a cultural thing. I don't, I think it's tough.
It's a dance. You look. We're supposed to make everybody happy, which is impossible. So there you go.
And you want to, preserve their culture, and I understand that you don't everything. Things are kind of being. Mm-hmm. Everything's being watered down, and so then you can't really do anything into one culture, because then you'll say, well, that's you can't say that, you can't do that, you don't have a right to dress that way, or you can't. It's not. I don't. We're all people.
Yeah. Most of us.
You're superhuman.
Oh, please.
So we would love to hear another tune or two if you have it for us.
Okay.
What were you thinking?
I don't know. Something fun.
Yeah, let's do Same Dirt. It's kind of with the emotion, I guess, that we are all from this planet, and we're all human, and we all we're just people, and so this was mostly inspired, I guess re-inspired by my sister when I changed the title to Same Dirt. Because it's kind of like we all got issues, we all have the same problems, so we're from the same dirt.
searching for clarity, starting with me. The chill in my bones tells me to do so. I'm not looking for reasons or any cohesion. You'll do as you do, and I'll do the same too. And we gotta make it work. We're from the same dirt in this universe. We gotta make it work. We're from the same dirt. Emotions are complex. We still get hurt at best. We must be gentle at every level. Hear my surrender, my constant endeavor. It's like a riddle, finding the middle. And we gotta make it work. We're from the same dirt in this universe. We gotta make it work. We're from the same dirt in this universe. We gotta make it work. We're from the same dirt in this universe. We gotta make it work. We're from the same dirt. Let's not dwell on the choices we made, 'cause there are no mistakes, only next time. Give each other the space to breathe. Sometimes it's all we need just to unwind. A stranger on the other side of the planet, or the neighbor next door, we are all connected and we're human. We have our own skeletons in the closet, but drop it and that is not in the end. Gotta make it work. We're from the same dirt in this universe. We gotta make it work. We're from the same dirt in this universe. We gotta make it work. We're from the same dirt in this universe. We gotta make it work. We're from the same dirt in this universe. We gotta make it work. We're from the same dirt in this universe. We gotta make it work. We're from the same dirt.
Yeah.
That was really great. You know,
Oh,
there's,
so sweet.
you make it seem so effortless, and we know that means that it's not.
Yes. 3-part harmony, looping live through Zoom onto Facebook. Really awesome.
I can actually hear that song. I could actually hear a whole band behind you, and maybe you'll do that when things get back to the new normal.
Yeah, we did actually perform that. I remember it was at the Reno Ukulele
Yes.
Festival in 2007. 17 or I think it was 8. No, it must have been 18 or 19.
2018.
18, and we did that song as the grand finale with all the performers. And it was really, really.
It's very inspirational, and a lot of people hearted that song. So,
can I ask you one thing about what looper you use? Because I know all the gearheads want to know how you did that.
I use, let me see,
It's an RC20.
Grab this camera as long as I don't unplug it. You can see my feet here.
ooh, yeah.
Let's see your boxes.
So I have this little power strip here. So I power all these through one plug. But this is my looper Boss RC30, and then this is my pitchfork here, which drops my ukulele down either 1 or 2 octaves. This is just a little reverb pedal that I find gives the ukulele a little extra sweetness. And then this is a DI that I actually use more as a preamp, that I can give myself a little more volume if I'm like finger picking or taking a little solo or something. And then it also has a tuner built in.
Who makes that one?
That's by LR Bax.
No footsie. Oh, LR Bax. While you're down there, show us what Jack uses for boxes.
This is a clean show, Jack.
I'm going to ask you to sing that hula skirt song in a minute if you're not careful.
Tell us about your pedal.
This is a Boss ME25 multi-effects processor. I use it for basically reverb and delay, but it's got all kinds of different amp and speaker models. It's got
You can also do some bass.
chorus. It's got an octave divider. That's what I just played on Same Dirt, so I can actually play the strata bassist, or what do you call it? A bassicaster?
Yeah, I just put this guitar through a bass effect.
Oh, okay.
So we both, with both of us.
That was good. That gives it a nice fat sound.
Yes, and it's got a little expression pedal for volume or wah or all kinds of different things. You can change the tempo of the delay. You can tap the delay tempo so that it matches the song that you're in, and it's also fits right in your backpack. So when I go to Europe or whatever, I just take this thing and plug direct.
Wow.
I even play through an amplifier.
That's very cool. Wow.
Well, thank you for show and tell, you guys. We appreciate that. It's so fun to find out what people are using. So it's very intimidating for a lot of musicians, though, this whole thing of having to stream and figure out how to do that without, issues.
I will tell you, when we first decided to go online and do a show every day, we said, well, let's do 2 songs a day, 1 original and 1 cover, and go as long as we didn't know we'd make it to 100 in a row. But that struggle and the learning curve at first was absolutely intimidating. In fact, there were some days where just like, we can't do this. Like, how are we going to figure it out? But if you just, be vigilant and really just try different things, you'll eventually hit on what's working.
Yeah.
And the more you do that, then the better you get online performing for people.
And there's so many people doing it now that you can always I'm sure people would be helpful. Like if just reach out to someone who is,
That was 9 months ago, so I'm sure now, even Zoom and Facebook have upped their game as far as the quality goes and things
Not
like
quite enough.
It's not perfect. Yeah.
Zoom used to be really bad, so this is better.
Way better.
But yeah, so I feel like the platforms for streaming have improved, and they've also, even if you just ask the internet, how do I do this? There are some of the streaming programs have basically very step-by-step, like this is what you need, this is what you do, this is how you connect it, go live. And so what we did we created a private page on Facebook. It's just our sound check page. And so we would basically go live to that page privately and make sure that levels were good, everything was okay before we just kind of went for it, because it's a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, Diana has maybe 1 or 2 private sneaky pages, and I have like 2 as well. And so wouldn't it be funny if we all started watching each other's private pages?
That's the real show right there.
So speaking of real show, we would love for you to play one more if you would like, if you have time. I know it's kind of going over, but we really would love to hear one more song.
Yeah. I got my bass on.
Really?
Yeah.
He can take it off. Take it off.
Would you like an original Christmas song?
Sure.
A quarantine COVID-19 song or a sassy jazz song.
Okay, you know what? Play them both if you can.
Okay. Little Christmas number.
All right.
Yakata, yakata.
It's called Surfin' Santa.
Santa's favorite stop is on Hawaii, Lahaina, Hilo, Kona, and Waikiki. So don't expect to get your gifts on time, 'cause he's practicing his moves out on the pipeline. That's Santa, Santa surfing the waves. That's Santa, Santa surfing the waves. On the beaches, make him wanna misbehave. That's Santa, Santa surfing the waves. Santa's next stop is the land down under.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
He leaves his hat on when he's in the water.
Oi, oi, oi!
Melbourne, Adelaide, Brisbane, and Sydney. You'll have to wait till next year, 'cause he's just too busy. That's Santa, Santa surfing the waves. That's Santa, Santa surfing the waves. On the beaches, make him wanna misbehave. That's Santa, Santa surfing the waves. I'm sorry, San Francisco and Milwaukee, New York, Edinburgh et bien sûr Paris, Oslo, Tokyo, London, and Boston. Santa Claus is far away, soaking up the sun. That's Santa, Santa surfing the waves. That's Santa, Santa surfing the waves. On the beaches, make him wanna misbehave. That's Santa, Santa surfing the waves. That's Santa, Santa surfing the waves. That's Santa, Santa surfing the waves. On the beaches, make him wanna misbehave. That's Santa, Santa surfing the waves. That's Santa, Santa surfing the waves. That's Santa, Santa surfing the waves.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas! Oh!
They love you.
Awesome.
Maybe you guys will come. We're going to have an open house on Christmas Day, and people are going to stop by and sing a Christmas song. Maybe you'll do that on Facebook Live.
Christmas show.
That would be great.
Every Thursday this month at 5 p.m. Pacific, we go live, and we'll be doing basically Christmas shows every Thursday, and then we'll also play on Christmas Day.
Great. Well, we'll switch out. We'll visit you and you visit us.
Cool.
Fabulous. Okay, can you play one more song for us?
Okay.
Farther apart. So this one is one that Jack and I wrote this during the shutdown quarantine, and it was part of a songwriting contest to write a positive song about the pandemic. And so basically the rules are you had to use the words alone or home, mask, hope, unprecedented, and I forget
What rhymes with
unprecedented?
It's like it was like home safe or like home, hope, mask, I forget what the other word is, and then like unprecedented, and we're like, oh man.
Pandemic and Giuliani.
Yeah, and there's always a bonus point. So every year that this guy named Paul does this songwriting contest, every year there's a bonus point for using the word monkey. So I've written now like 6 songs with the word monkey in it.
Lisa, didn't someone else, didn't Laura Barron or someone enter that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're always in competition with each other. And who knows when the results probably won't come out until next year for the contest, but we just really like this song. And
good luck. We'll watch for the monkey.
Especially around the holidays. This one I think is particularly relevant. So it's called Closer Together, Farther Apart by Jack and the Vox.
I'm facing the changes, but missing the past. I'm still learning to smile from behind the mask. I've been calling my mama. We talk every day, way more than we used to. It's funny that way. This feels like the time to make a new start. This feels like the time to make a new start. We're closer together, the farther apart. I used to dress like a monkey in my cubicle cage. Now I'm working from home on a new kind of stage. I'll see you on FaceTime. We'll have a drink or two. I've never drank this much or seen this much of you. This feels like a time to make a new start. This feels like the time to make a new start. We're closer together, the farther apart. This feels like the time to make a new start. This feels like the time to make a new start. We're closer together, the farther apart. So unprecedented that we reconnected and reinvented hope. Feeling something I should do. So unprecedented that we reconnected and reinvented hope. So I'm reaching out to you. We're closer together, the farther apart. This feels like the time to make a new start. This feels like the time to make a new start. This feels like the time to make a new start. This feels like the time to make a new start. We're closer together, the farther apart.
Yeah.
That was great. I'll give you one more taste.
Please, it's embarrassing.
I know. Don't you miss that? The adulation.
The crack of the bat.
The hot dogs.
Yeah,
That that was a wonderful song, and what a great song to kind of end the year on. The whole idea, making a new start.
Yes.
I like that.
Thank you.
Not very snarky, but she's the snarky one. I get to be sentimental.
I can't think of anything snarky right now. I'm sentimental myself. So.
Thank you, ladies.
Thanks for coming on this show. You were great.
Yes.
Everyone at home, share this, and we'll get more eyes. And fabulous. And don't forget Patreon, Jack in the Vox, and PayPal me, right? Victoria Vox.
Patreon is Victoria Vox, so patreon.com/Victoria Vox.
Okay.
And then, paypal.com/ or paypal.me/Victoria Vox is fine. Either Jack in the Vox or Victoria Vox.
Okay.
And you have a holiday album that you did in the past, is that right?
Yes, so that is available.
2?
2?
Mouth trumpet CD.
Oh yeah, so there are 2. Yes.
Okay.
Mouth trumpet CD.
I love it.
Wow.
An instrumental.
Wow.
Have yourself a very merry mouth trumpet Christmas. All Christmas classics done in a fun new way.
Very nice.
So it's all piano and mouth trumpet.
Can you do a French horn? Because you could do a Mozart.
I haven't really.
That's just a mouth trumpet with an accent.
Very good.
Very, very good.
So victoriavox.com. People take a look and get your holiday CDs.
Find holiday music, and there's all sorts of stuff, vinyl and underwear, ukulele themed underwear.
Ooh, we like that.
We need a much longer show here.
Yeah. What?
What do you say?
I'm wearing some right now.
Ooh.
I say size doesn't matter.
On that note, Victoria Vox, Jack, thank you so much, you guys, especially this early in the morning. Really, you guys are amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day and a very happy holiday. Whatever you celebrate, have a great one.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Later.